Hello everybody, you are all welcome to It's All About Love. I hope you are doing well and safe. And so today you are going to be continue talking about Mother Teresa. This is the 14th episode. For those like I tend to say, and well I repeat, I would advise you, if you are interested in listening to the legacy of Mother Teresa, to go back to the previous episodes and you will get some information about her. It will be good. It will be a benefit to you. So, but today we are going to continue talking, and I'm excited because we are going to dig in her life, in Mother Teresa's life. You are going to have like an embrace with the Mother Teresa. And so, like I said in the previous episode, Mother Teresa was always receiving honors, presents, money, and everything in the name was in the name of the poor and the poor. So, but throughout the years, the list of honors that Mother Teresa received and all words lengthened, and the missionaries of charity had a position of general respect wherever they were going, not just in India, but around the world. There was no doubt about it, and it was incredible. So in 1978, the Freedom of Religion Bill was proposed in the Indian Parliament. The purpose of the bill was to discourage the activities of foreign missionaries. And it didn't appear so good for Mother Teresa. What do you think? So it prevented conversions to Christianity. It prevented conversions to Christianity. This was all because some people understood that the Hindu poor people were changing their religion for a cup of rice. Because Mother Teresa, as you know, was always feeding people, the poorest of the poor, and they understood that if the Mother Teresa was giving food and water, probably should convert many Hindus to Christianity, to a religion. But Mother Teresa was not doing so. Many of you know this. Mother Teresa reacted by writing an open letter to the Indian Prime Minister. At that time it was, I'm not sure if I spell correctly, it was Morarji Desai. So, and the members of the parliament, she wrote a letter to him and the members of the parliament to inform them that she had written that letter on behalf of their poor Indian people. Who she had a close identification and loved them more than herself. This goes back to what you're talking before in the previous episodes. I mentioned about a love, and one of the sentences that she used to say that we should love more others than ourselves. It was what she was doing. She loved more others than herself. So, and those words were very, 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 intriguing for some, but very powerful for many. So, Mother Teresa specifically highlighted that before they did any rules against people's faith, she invited them to face God in prayer. She invited these people, the Prime Minister and the people from the Parliament, the members of Parliament, to face God in prayer, to pray to God. So, before they destroyed the joy and freedom of their people. Because Mother Teresa was not converting these people for their religion. Mother Teresa respected all other religions, whether they were Hindus or Muslims or Sikhs or Christians. She respected all faith because they are all human beings created by God. And so what she was doing, it was diminishing their suffering. They were sick, she would bring them to their houses. They didn't have food, she would give them food. And so in that way, she was giving love, God's love to them, diminishing their suffering. And that if they didn't accept the missionaries of church, especially Christians, to do their job in India, they would have destroyed their joy, the joy of their people in India, because they felt happy. They were joyful knowing that someone was caring for them, these special people, these missionaries of charity. So in response to that, to this letter, and a request for tolerance, all turned, the Prime Minister and the members of the Parliament, all turned into a favour. See, that's beautiful, all turned into a favour. You know, Mother Teresa didn't write a lot, she didn't speak a lot, but everything she wrote, she used to write or say, it was very powerful. Her words were powerful. They were minimum but powerful. They were tangible. They would touch people's hearts and minds, always. Not with everyone, but almost with everyone. Because she still had critics. She still had people that didn't like her. But the majority knew her and loved her. So people from a wide variety of faiths loved her because of that. And there was something about her that attracted them. There was something. And many people didn't know what it was. Some people gradually knew what she had inside her, why she was doing what she was doing. But many people didn't know. They were attracted to her anyway. And so she was being recognized as a holy person. Holy person. I don't know if you saw any videos or any TV documentaries of Mother Teresa. You see that mainly in India. I've seen that. I personally seen that. That's why I'm sharing with you. She'd go in the streets and she'd go and visit people and give people support, those they need. And sometimes I believe that it was in Calcutta now when I saw her going around and people bowing to her, seeing her as a holy person. I remember one Indian man bowing to her and saying, she's a holy person. And it was just an example, but many people will think the same and do the same. So she was being recognized as a holy person for many people, not just in India, but around the world. Unique actions led the whole public and media, including journalists, to follow her everywhere she was going. See, in 1970s, media was not as easy today, so big as it's today, but she was transforming people's minds and hearts around the world, and media was just following her. Incredible. So, although she was still uncomfortable in the front of the cameras, because she had been always uncomfortable in front of the cameras, she wanted God's work to be heard, to be known. And so she would go in spite of timidity, or she was kind of shy. And so she wanted God's word to be well known. And she asked journalists to write something beautiful for God, always. If you go back to the previous episodes, or if you know the story of Mother Teresa, you know that the main sentence she used to say very often. She would say, let's do something beautiful for God. And she would say to the journalists, she would say to everyone, let's do something beautiful for God, because she was doing something beautiful for God. Because God deserved it in her understanding and her belief. And that was important for her. So, in 19 March of 1979, while in Rome, Mother Teresa and Father Sebastian created the Missionaries of Charity Contemplative Brothers. Well, she was always ongoing, creating foundations based on her spirit, her principles. It was composed of brothers, this foundation, and priests who were to have a life of intensive prayer, penance, spiritual and corporal works of mercy, always there. That had to be there. So three of their special ministries was to have night shelters for orphans and homeless people. Visit the sick, the elderly and the sick, the poor in the streets, and hospitals, prisons, always doing those things on the go. And guide the movement of the lay missionaries of charity. Guide the movement of the lay missionaries of charity. So also in 1979, in that same year in New York, Father Joseph Lanford, if for those who don't know Father or didn't know about Father Joseph Lanford, he was a very important hand to Mother Teresa. He wrote about her, he wrote a book about her, and he was as well a friend of hers. So this Father Joseph suggested Mother Teresa to start a branch of missionaries of charity co-workers, priests in her own spirit, always on the spirit of Mother Teresa. Pope John Paul II approved it wonderfully, and they began spreading their support throughout 60 countries. 60 countries. Countries were supporting Mother Teresa and the sisters and the associations she had created. Everything was growing to help the poor. So, by now Mother Teresa no longer wanted to represent and direct the missionaries of charity by 1979. So she believed that someone younger than her was of more benefit to the congregation. So she said that she was too old and heal or sick to continue doing such a task. It was huge for her. She was recognized that she was becoming weak day by day, gradually. And so her duties and responsibilities included representing the society before the ecclesiastical and civil authorities, and guiding everyone spiritually, fighting for the poor's dignity, and going around doing good. So it was a big task for her. So she wanted someone to replace her. It was time for her to do less and less. She again trusted in the divine providence, which never failed the congregation. She used to say, in her own words, God will find someone more humble, more obedient than her. She was an humble person, and she wanted someone humbler than her and more obedient than her. Wow, interesting. This is the kind of humility Mother Teresa had. A beautiful and genuine humility. So prior to the elections, Mother Teresa and the sisters always prayed for light to know the will of God. Always, always. They prayed, and Mother Teresa was again re-elected. Everyone wanted Mother Teresa to be the mother of the superior, or the mother of the association that she had founded. That was impressive. And so, nonetheless, she kept saying that was happy to give her place to younger hands. And so, in 1979, There were 158 foundations throughout the world, and 1,187 prophet sisters, 411 novices, and 120 postulants. Wonderful. So 800,000 co-workers over 5 continents, and provision for those in need, especially from rich countries. Everything was growing for the poor of the poor in a good way, for their benefit. So the missionaries were extremely busy. They were always traveling with their luggage made of cardboard. See, made of cardboard. Can you see? Because they were spreading the spirit of poverty. They couldn't have luxurious bags. They had to have the cardboard bags because they didn't need, for them, if it was a good bag, it was unnecessary for them. A cardboard bag would be enough for them. So she would say, if there are poor in the moon, we shall go there. Interesting. If they are poor on the moon, we should go there, because they were going around all the time. So in October 1979, Mother Teresa was announced the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. You can see, many of you know that she won a Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. But that was a very special moment. The woman at whose hands the most wretched have received compassion without condescension. So in December of that year, in 1979, Mother Teresa and 2 of her sisters arrived in Oslo, in Norway, to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. The golden medal and the money. Wonderful. She told the audience that she was unworthy to receive that prize, the golden medal and the money. She was convinced that she was unworthy to receive those things. She told the audience that she was unworthy to receive, I repeat, but she was receiving it for the poor, for the name of the poor, the hungry, the sick, the lonely. She was going to accept it because of them. Because of them. That gift would provide housing for the homeless and the labor families. But she was especially grateful for the recognition of the poorest of the poor in the world by her winning that gold medal, the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. She also reinforced that the poor did not need pity, but love. That's important. Not pity, but love. And apart from the 90,000 pounds prize award, the Norwegian young people had raised 36,000 pounds for Mother Teresa, for association. And the 3,000 banquet was cancelled at Mother Teresa's request. She had said the money would be rather spent with people who were really in need of a meal. See, she cancelled 3,000 pounds of the banquet that the people had spent for a banquet. And she said to them, I believe, give this food to the people in need. Those people who don't have food to eat, who don't have water to drink. And at the end of the 1970s, financial support from around the world was flowing to the poorest of the poor. Interesting. But unfortunately, some money endorsed to her was being stolen, do you know? And nevertheless, she made sure that all of it was going to their work. The money was allocated to Indian Rome, And only Mother Teresa could authorize the disposition of these funds. She was very careful with the money because she knew that people could steal this money. And she was always making sure that the money that people were giving to her, to a poor, was safe. Because it was in the name of the poor she was living in this planet, in this earth. Because she loved them, but above all, she loved God. So, we are finalizing today our episode, our 14th episode. I hope you enjoyed this program like I did. And I hope you took something from it too today, even if it was just a word. Because I tend to say that even if I know a little bit about something, I don't know many things, I don't know everything. Because no one knows everything. We are learning here while in this earth till we die. Every day we learn something new. Every day. Yes. So by now I'll say thank you, a big thank you to you. And I hope to see you soon. I hope you enjoy the next few days up until our meeting again. And so bye bye.